As you guys know, the XFL has been announced to be debuting February 2020, which is pretty much right around the corner. So we're going to be getting another football league in the upcoming future. And I'll give you my thoughts on the XFL and what I think their succession will be in the future. But we're going to talk about right now that they just released their team names and logos. And I'll put the picture up right here so you guys can see. These are the 8 teams participating in the XFL. We got the Dallas Renegades, Houston Roughnecks, LA Wildcats, New York Guardians, St. Louis Battlehawks, Seattle Dragons, Tampa Bay Vipers, and the DC Defenders. Now, to be honest, I do like these logos. Now, we haven't seen any, apparel yet. We haven't seen the helmets or the, or the jerseys or anything like that. So this is the first look we're getting at the XFL. I haven't really looked at the rosters. I don't know if the rosters are set. I do know of some of the players that are going to be in the XFL. So I don't really know who. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the New York team, the Guardians. They actually look pretty cool. And I'll pretty much go through each team and what I like about them. There is a video that the XFL live stream. They better give you a glimpse of why they named the teams, what they named them, and things like that, similar to what the AAF did. So first off, the Dallas Renegades. I like the Dallas Renegades. I think the color scheme's a little weird looking. I think they should be kind of a reddish or orangish, just because it gets that south kind of look, kind of the bandit look. The blue is kind of like it's in a chilling area, which Dallas is not in a chilling area. I get the whole Dallas Cowboys thing with the gray and the blue and things like that, but I don't know. I think it should be red. But anyway, moving on, it's a nice logo. Moving on to the Houston Roughnecks. It looks too much like the Houston Oilers. If you guys know what the Houston Oilers were, what the Tennessee Titans used to be, it looks too much like the Houston Oilers. But obviously, originality wasn't there. But I like the logo. It's fine. The LA Wildcats. I think this is it's a bland. Some people like the whole bland kind of symbols and emblems and stuff like that. And being a New York Giants fan, we just got the NY. But the NY is just like much more, I don't know, it's much plainer, but it's much more, unique in a way. The LA Wildcats, I can see what they kind of did with the L and the A and all that stuff. They kind of have, the orange and red, symbolizing how hot it is there in LA. But I don't know, it just looks too simple. It looks way too simple than it is. I really, really, really love the New York Guardians logo, and I like how they named it that, because all the gargoyles that you see in New York, it's kind of like the Guardians. And I love the logo, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the helmet and jerseys as well. My favorite has to be the St. Louis Battlehawks. I love the font that they use. I love the St. Louis Battlehawks. I love the logo. It looks fantastic. I'm excited to see. This has a lot of potential to have a really good helmet and jersey. I can just picture it in my mind of them having a really good helmet and jersey. So that might be one of my favorite uniforms in the XFL. We then move on to the Seattle Dragons. Now, why? The Seattle Dragons, I don't know, disrespect to any Seattle fans out there, but it looks stupid. It looks so childish. It looks like a high school team's emblem that just, a really, highly funded high school team's logo. And not really a big fan. Not really a big fan, because I can only imagine the color scheme that Seattle's going to have. I can only imagine the uniform, what it's going to look like, that green and orange. It's not going to look very nice. I'm not going to be a fan of it whatsoever. Moving on to the Tampa Bay Vipers. It's interesting to see a green color scheme in Tampa Bay, and it actually makes sense a little bit, because obviously the swampy areas is something that we never really seen before. With the Florida Gators and collegiate football, in college, you got, the blue and the orange, which is nice. The blue, green, and orange, sort of, because of the alligator that they got, but the color scheme mostly is blue and orange. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is like a red and a kind of weird, like brownish gray kind of. Do have the Miami Hurricanes, but it's different. I like the symbol. I love the logo. I love the font that they used. The green really matches with the yellow. I'm excited to see what the uniform is going to look like, how it's going to match up with the logo. I wish they could have named it something like an alligator or something like that, because being in Florida, everything's known for having an alligator, so I don't know. But the Vipers is pretty cool too. Another really cool one though is the DC Defenders. I love what they use there. I don't know if it's because I'm a Marvel fan and Marvel, like the Defenders or anything like that. I love the font that they use. I love the logo, the shield. and it looks great. So far, my favorite ones have to be, first of all, the St. Louis Battlehawks, the New York Guardians, then the Defenders, and then all the other ones are just there. I'm really not a fan of the Seattle Dragons. I mean, just look at it, guys. Just look at it. But that being said, I'm going to go over what I think the XFL is going to be, guys, because as a younger fan, I wasn't really around to see the XFL, beforehand. I know that the XFL was around beforehand, and they kind of fell off a little bit. But being somebody now that I went through the whole AAF thing, and I know the AAF, disbanded because they weren't going to be able to get enough money. They weren't able to pay their players and things like that. And they really wanted to strike a deal with the NFL, but the NFL did not want to participate, and they had their reasons. This is a different situation for the XFL. Will people stick around? With the AAF, I was really, I don't know, just engaged in it. I was engaged in the AAF. I was excited for another, football league, and I was excited to see, more players really rise up. But, the first 2 weeks I was in it. The first 2 weeks I was really watching it. I was like, oh, there's another football league. I'm excited. It's football all year round. But then as the weeks gone by, week 4, week 5, and listen, I was an Orlando Apollos fan. I live in Florida, so I chose the Apollos. And they were the best team in the league, and I just got bored. I got bored because you guys got to remember, the XFL are not going to have really good players. You're not going to see Ezekiel Elliott. You're not going to see Odell Beckham. You're not going to see, Patrick Mahomes playing in this league. They're not going to leave the NFL and join the XFL. I know the XFL is going to try to want to do that eventually to really be a competitor with the NFL, but it's never going to happen. The best of the best players are always going to go to the NFL. The rejects, the bad players are going to go to the XFL. Now, you can think of the XFL as kind of a D league, and that's pretty much all you should think about it as. It's not going to be another form of entertainment of football. I know there were some AAF fans. I was a huge one, but after week 3, week 4 went around, I was really not a fan of the AAF anymore because I just wasn't engaged in it because of the players. I mean, you guys got like Landry Jones in there. Larry Donnell is back in there. A bunch of rejects from the NFL are joining the XFL to try to get another chance to get back in the NFL. So in my opinion, it's going to be tough for the XFL to really maintain its status. I'm going to give it a season. I'm going to give it a season, or even if, maybe not even a season, like the AAF just went away after like week 8 or something like that. So I may give them a season, may give them less than that, but I'm not giving them more than a season of them being around. I think the XFL built up all this time. I think it's just gonna go away. To be frank, I mean the ratings are gonna drop. I mean they might get a lot of good ratings week 1, week 2, week 3, but after week 4, week 5, week 6, nobody's gonna care about the XFL. Similar to the AAF. So that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the logos and the team names and all that and who are you guys gonna be a fan of moving forward. And of course, New York fans don't have to be New York Guardians fans. You can obviously pick your team. Nobody's gonna say anything against you guys. But that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video.